आज का सच सुनना थोड़ा अनकंफर्टेबल हो सकता है। इंडिया में प्रॉब्लम ये नहीं है कि इंजीनियर्स ज्यादा हैं, प्रॉब्लम है कि जॉब मार्केट्स अब इंजीनियर्स को वैसे नहीं चाहिए जैसे हम बना रहे हैं। सो अपने एंड दिस इज हाउ द पैटर्न यूज्ड टू बी कि आपने डिग्री लिया, आपने कुछ एग्जाम्स क्लियर किए और फिर इनबॉक्स में सिर्फ एक मैसेज जब आप एप्लीकेशन सबमिट करते हैं, एंड व्हेन इट कम्स अनफॉर्चुनेटली वी हैव मूव्ड अहेड विद अदर कैंडिडेट्स, राइट? सो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप रिडंडेंट और यूजलेस हो चुके हैं। इसका मतलब सिंपल से ये है कि सिस्टम और मार्केट के बीच एक क्लियर गैप आ चुका है, राइट? नाउ इस वीडियो में वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस ऑल दोस गैप्स एंड हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू अटेंड and course correct on that gap. And the kind of discussion we're going to have is कि engineering का value actually क्या है आज, right? That's number one. Number two, companies engineers से क्या expect कर रहे हैं और आप इस गेम को कैसे redefine and recalibrate कर सकते हैं, right? So this is not a motivation video. This is a clarity video on which we're going to delve further more into it. Okay, so इंजीनियरिंग कभी एक टाइम था कि इट वाज अ सेफ करियर, राइट, व्हेन पीपल यूज्ड टू चूज इट, ओके? एंड आज कंफ्यूजन ये है कि इंजीनियरिंग हैज बिकम वेरी कंफ्यूजन करियर, राइट? इट हैज बिकम, राइट, बन चुका है। नाउ सेम डिग्रीज, एक स्टूडेंट gets placed and the other student gets frustrated because he has attempted but eventually he has missed the bus, okay? Now the question ये नहीं है कि इंजीनियरिंग बेकार हो गया है, क्वेश्चन ये है कि इंजीनियरिंग किस टाइप के लोगों के लिए काम कर रहा है, राइट? एंड आज की इस वीडियो में वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू डू एन इमोशनल ब्लेम गेम, वी आर गोइंग टू डू सम रियलिटी चेक्स ऑन हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू अप्रोच दिस, ओके? नाउ नंबर वन इज एक्सपेक्टेशन गैप। नाउ कॉलेज एक एक्सपेक्टेशन सेट करता है, राइट? एक्सपेक्टेशन व्हाट? इन टर्म्स ऑफ आप यू कंप्लीट अ डिग्री, ओके, यू क्लियर फ्यू एग्जामिनेशंस and finally it shows that you are going to get a job, yeah? Now market का expectation अलग है, right? Market ये expect करता है कि you are going to be a problem solver for the company where you're going to join, okay? तुम independently काम कर सकते हो and this is also something which the market is expecting, and the market is also expecting that you are a continuous learner, right? तुम सीखना चाहते हो, in case if you are placed in a situation, you are going to learn and grow and then you are going to deliver on whatever task you are going to or you are supposed to deliver. So यहीं पे mismatch शुरू होता है, right? So degree is a qualification, but job is a capability index, right? Testing, where you get exposed to multiple tasks on which you have to deliver. Now टेक्नोलॉजी हर 2-3 साल में बदल जाती है because you know nowadays even with the disruption of AI there are so many things which are changing. Now if you look at the curriculum of your engineering, let's say 5 years, 10 years, that's the longevity for which that curriculum runs. So college का goal है completing the syllabus, exams clear करवाना, and industry का goal is very clear, right? Industry goal है problems को solve कराना, because that's why you are being hired. So इसलिए जब students industry में जाता है और the student gets exposed to the industry, right? So ऐसा लगता है, right, to the student that ये तो मैंने कभी सीखा नहीं था या मैंने कभी किया नहीं है, and how am I going to now? It's not that the student is at the mistake, गलती student की नहीं है, right? It is what is important is that it is the responsibility of the student, right? That during the course of this period he must be preparing himself, and that is where it lies the magic, right? So there are engineers who are very busy, there are engineers who tend to be valuable engineer, right? And बहुत सारे students busy होते हैं, but trust me, valuable there are very few, right? Now if you see every subject has some component to it, right? हर subject का थोड़ा थोड़ा या बहुत सारे certificates आप accumulate कर लिए, depth missing है कहीं ना कहीं. Now when you get exposed to a company, right? The company पूछती है तुम किस चीज में सबसे ज्यादा strong हो या किसमें सबसे ज्यादा आपका expertise है, right? Now what we generally tend to kind of respond is that सब में थोड़ा थोड़ा is something which I know, and again फिर अगर ये पढ़ेंगे तो learn, and then job market को specialist चाहिए, right? Not syllabus finishers, and that's what most of the engineering graduates tend to be doing, right? Finishing syllabus, writing the exams, and lining up into interviews to have the kind of job which they are wishing for. Now why the average is becoming riskier and riskier over a period of time, right? And it is becoming now. पहले average engineer भी survive कर लेता था, right? Somewhere or the other, he eventually used to land to a job. But आज, because of the global competitiveness, right? And it has gone multi-notches up, right? There are so many tools, there are so many tech tools which are there. Now, अगर आप वही कर रहे हो जो almost 10,000 लोग कर रहे हैं, तो आप इनविजिबल हो, you're not there, right? And market एक सवाल continuously पूछ रहा है कि what is that which you are doing different? तुम अलग क्या कर रहे हो, right? और इस सवाल का जवाब, unfortunately the degree is not sufficient to give it, right? Or help you to discover it. Now for this, what actually works is that and here lies the cornerstone of redefining and recalibrating yourself, right? Now, if we look at, there are 4-5 things which are very important, right, in terms of how to recalibrate and reapproach and kind of reposition ourselves. Number one is pick one direction, right? Don't do everything. सब कुछ मत करो, एक चीज ढंग से करो. Specialize yourself in one thing. That's number one. Pick one direction. It is always very, very powerful. Number two is proof over potential, and which is always very helpful. And when I say proof over potential, what I'm trying to say is try to have try to expose yourself to as many projects as possible, as many case studies, assignments, internships, any real outcomes to which you can expose to. आज बोलना काम नहीं करता है, right? Just the mere saying something is not going to help you. What is important is you need to have testimonies, right? Testimonials, proofs. And what kind of testimonials? Of course, this is what we spoke about, the projects or the assignments or the case studies or any real impacts which you can show, right? Dikhana kaam karta. And that this is the number two thing, which is when we say proof of potential is really, really important for you to build over. Then comes the number three, which is learn beyond your classroom, right? Outside the classroom. And don't assume that classroom syllabus is your only periphery. No, I mean, you have to look beyond that, right? College एक base देता है, but when you look to get employable, you have to look beyond that periphery of your syllabus. And in order to build a career, you have to kind of you have to build a few other competencies which are beyond those peripheries. Okay, and think like a problem solver. So this again becomes very important, that not as a student, right? Because when it comes to companies को employee नहीं चाहिए, right? Companies को problem solvers चाहिए, solution चाहिए, which they see in you when they hire you, right? And that's the core purpose of hiring you and paying you whatever great salary which you are expecting them to pay to you, right? So this is how this entire thing needs to be recalibrated. And last but not the least, let us always be inclined more toward reality over hope, right? We are not at all saying that engineering is becoming dead. No, I mean, shortcut thinking is becoming redundant, dead हो चुका है. और जैसे the AI disruption is going to unfold more strongly, it is going to be more stronger, right? So अगर आप first year या second year student हो, right? So you are lucky, you have time, you can recalibrate, reorganize yourself, and transform yourself. अगर आप graduate हो चुके हो, तो yes, you are a little late, but you are not lost. Okay, game tough हो गया है, and we will have to accept it. लेकिन जो स्टूडेंट अडेप्ट कर लेगा राइट टाइम रहते, आई थिंक वही आगे बढ़ेगा. अगर ये वीडियो क्लैरिटी लाया है, सो आई वुड इंसिस्ट यू कि आप अपने एक इंजीनियर फ्रेंड के साथ इसको शेयर करें, लाइक करें, सब्सक्राइब करें फॉर ऑनेस्ट करियर टॉक, नो मोटिवेशन. ओके, एंड सी यू इन द कमिंग वीडियो. बाय.